Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Well, we'll call this meeting to order. I'd like to thank the Covington Township officials for inviting us here and allow us to use their facility. Board Supervisor Chairwoman and all the other supervisors, Town Secretary, Town Solicitor. I would entertain a motion for approval of the reading of the minutes of the last meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Any question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board, agenda items only.
Do I need to read this?
Okay, nothing, thank you. Proclamation 22011.
Oh, God. Hang on a minute. Gotta get my readers.
It's a proclamation presentation for the National Library Week.
Okay.
So, Mayor,
You want me to go now? You ready? Okay. Whereas libraries are accessible and inclusive places that foster a sense of connection and build community for all residents of Lackawanna County by connecting people to technology, providing access to broadband internet, computers, and training that are critical for accessing education and employment opportunities. And whereas libraries offer opportunities for everyone to connect with new ideas and become their best selves through access to multimedia content, programs, and classes, in addition to books. Today's libraries and their services extend far beyond the four walls of a building, and everyone is welcome to use their resources. Whereas in times of crisis, libraries and library professionals play an invaluable role in supporting their communities, both in person and virtually. Libraries strive to develop and maintain programs and collections that are as diverse as the populations they serve and ensure equity of access for all. Whereas libraries are expanding their resources to adapt to our changing world while continuing to meet the needs of their patrons and remain a long and trusted institution promoting the free. Somewhere it kind of stopped there. I think we're missing a word. I'm assuming it's supposed to be promoting the free access to information, but we will have to amend this. We, Debbie Dominic, Jerry Natariani, and Chris Shermack, commissioners of the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, do hereby recognize and proclaim April 3rd through April 9th, 2022, to be National Library Week in Lackawanna County.
And Commissioners, here to speak upon that is the director of the library, Ms. Mary Garth.
Good morning, Commissioners.
good morning, thank you.
Thank you so much for that lovely proclamation and for recognizing National Library Week here in Lackawanna County. And thank you always for your continuing support. We do appreciate that. We have a number of representatives of our libraries here with us today, and they're all hiding out in the hallway out there. Wave hello. Come on in for a second. So Connect with Your Library is the theme for National Library Week. Over the past 2 years, as we've worked through the pandemic, people have struggled to connect with one another and with the places that they've frequented throughout their lives. Mm-hmm. Our Lackawanna County libraries have helped keep our residents in touch by adapting our services to meet them in their comfort zones, whether that's in person or virtual. For example, library patrons can borrow books in the library, as they always have. They can also download ebooks and audiobooks from our website. And people who can't get to our buildings or who don't have access to a computer at home are able to get their books by curbside pickup or by home delivery, which is a wonderful thing. So books are still the mainstay of our business, but people also come to the library to use our computers and our broadband network. Our connections to databases provide homework support for students, assist entrepreneurs with researching business opportunities, and help job seekers identify and apply for positions. Our libraries also offer a lot of programs to keep people of all ages connected and informed. I think most people here know that story times are really valuable for helping toddlers and preschoolers learn about the joys of books and reading. But a lot of people don't realize how many other programs are available at our libraries. I took a look at the April calendar of events for our libraries, and I found programs on Shakespeare and Benjamin Franklin, classes in the art of Pysanki, which is the ornate Ukrainian Easter eggs, discussions on cryptocurrency, instruction in coding, craft circles, and book discussions. So libraries are places where our communities can connect, but most importantly, libraries connect us to each other. And residents of Lackawanna County can have access to all of our services for free with a library card. And to get a library card, you can just stop in at any library, or you can go to our website and register online. So thank you again for helping us to celebrate National Library Week.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
My assistant Shannon, she's a very avid supporter of the library. She comes to work and reads on her lunch. She always has a book from the library. And I said to her, please don't be mad that I said this, but I said, why don't you buy them? And she's like, there's nothing like a book from the library, like the smell of them and just going there. And I get it.
Saves a lot of money too.
And I should you talked about crypto and
Cryptocurrency.
coding. Like
Yeah.
I hear that everywhere on TV and I have no idea what it means. So maybe I should
There you
stop in and visit.
Oh, the library.
But if we want to present this, the only thing I ask is that maybe there is one word, like there's something missing. So we'll give you this one now, but then we'll get you a new modified one later on today, if that's okay with
Sounds
you.
perfect.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Commissioner, we're gonna take a picture with the board. I would say turn everybody around in front of the flag.
Okay. Commissioner, no period.
I'm coming.
All right.
I move slow.
Is everybody in that wants to be in?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Hey, come over here.
Ladies, I need just to move over, a couple over here next to Attorney Material and to move in a little.
Can you get up and shoot down so you don't?
That light's gonna be a problem. I need just to move in a little. Everybody to move in.
I don't think we should.
Close.
Obviously.
All right, ready? Here we go, everybody look at me. You're gonna take a couple. That's very nice, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is like your.
Which one?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Five more proclamations?
Yeah.
No,
Pictures?
this is not Pat O'Malley.
I'm on the library, Scranton Public Library.
Every year.
That's why I jumped in there.
Absolutely.
Man, I love a picture.
Isn't Brian involved too? Brian
Brian
Kelly?
Kelly?
Brian, right? Isn't Brian? Yeah, yeah. Been on a while, right?
Oh, yeah. On the county.
Okay.
Every day.
Really?
Ready?
Okay,
Let's go.
thank you. Next is the ordinance. It's a second reading of 220092.
Yes, Commissioner, this is the second reading of ordinance 277. When it's completed, we will take a vote on this. I'm sure the solicitors can fill you in on anything. We also have Attorney Kozlansky and Mr. Vin here if you have any additional questions as opposed to the last time that we met. An ordinance of the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, approving an interest rate management plan, improving the form of an amendment to an existing interest rate management agreement relating to the 2017 bonds, whereas the county has heretofore issued It's $58,490,000 original aggregate principal amount general obligation bond series 2017. And whereas the county and PNC Bank National Association have entered into a qualified interest rate management agreement with respect to the 2017 bonds. Whereas the county has caused an interest rate management plan to be prepared by the financial advisor. In furtherance of the interest rate management plan, the county intends to amend, modify, and/or supplement the original interest rate swap agreement, which in the judgment of the county is designed to manage interest rate risk or interest cost to the county of the 2017 bonds and will assist the county in managing the interest rate risk or interest cost of the county. Now, therefore, being enacted and ordained by the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna in accordance with the purposes and objectives of the Act, the county hereby adopts and approves the interest rate management plan prepared and recommended by the financial advisor attached here to is Appendix 1, subject to such modifications from time to time as the chairman or vice chairman of the board, the county's financial advisor, and counsel to the county shall approve. In order, manage interest costs of the county related to the 2017 bonds. The authorized officers of the county, as set forth in Section C below, are hereby authorized to execute and deliver the 2022 interest rate swap agreement, the substantial form of which is attached here to as Appendix 2. The 2022 interest rate swap agreement shall obligate the county to pay the amount equal to 100% of the USD SIF MA municipal swap index plus the fixed spread. The 2022 interest rate swap agreement shall obligate the counterparty to pay a percentage to be determined by the financial advisor to be fair and reasonable at the time of final pricing of the 2022 index rate swap agreement of the secured overnight financing rate index plus a fixed spread. The chairman or vice president of the board, chairman or vice chairman of the board is hereby authorized to execute the 2022 interest rate swap agreement by manual or facsimile of signature. The chief of staff or the assistant chief of staff of the county is hereby authorized to attest by manual or facsimile signature to affix the seal of the county on the 2022 interest rate swap agreement. The 2022 interest rate swap agreement will be a general obligation of the county. The county hereby covenants that it shall include the amount of periodic scheduled payment due thereunder for each fiscal year in which sums are payable in its budget for that year. In compliance with the Section 8281E of the Act, the members of the board, in consultation with the financial advisor to the county, have determined that negotiation rather than a public sale is in the best financial interest of the county. The 2022 interest rate swap agreement and other documents are presently expected to be dated as of their date of execution any time after the filing of the proceedings with the Department of Community and Economic Development. The county hereby appoints and engages Stevens & Lee PC to act as special swap counsel to the county, hereby reappoints FSL Public Finance LLC to act as the financial advisor to the county in connection with the execution and delivery of the 2022 interest rate swap agreement and to facilitate the intent of this ordinance. All such expenses incurred in connection with transactions contemplated by this ordinance shall be paid solely out of the funds paid by the counterparty to the county as a one-time fee pursuant to the provisions of the 2022 interest rate swap agreement. The official officers and officials of the county are hereby authorized and directed to execute and deliver such other documents, to take such other action as may be necessary or appropriate in the order to effectuate the execution and delivery of the 2022 interest rate swap agreement in accordance with this ordinance. Duly enacted and ordained the 6th day of April 2022 by the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna, Pennsylvania, in lawful session duly assembled. Mr. Chairman.
Well, this is the second reading, that therefore it requires a vote. But we do have Mr. Kozlowski and Mr. Vin here to explain it a little bit so that people understand. It's nothing, it's actually all good. Yeah, you guys.
Maybe like in more of a layman's terms.
Sure, yeah, and all this is amendment. This long-winded ordinance is required by state law to basically, all we're doing is amending the current interest rate management agreement that was originally back, I think, in 2004, 2006. And the only reason we have to do this is because one of the indices in that interest rate management agreement is tied to the LIBOR rate. LIBOR is going away, no fault of the county. It is being replaced by the SOFR rate, which is the Secured Overnight Financing Index. Under state law, we have to come to the county to effectuate that amendment and have a public vote and then refile with the state. It is going to be cash flow neutral It's designed to be cash flow neutral to the county. So again, this is more of a, we need to do this because the one of the indices is going away and we need to replace it with one of those, with a new indice that is going to take over for that. And that's really all that long-winded ordinance does.
Thank you.
No problem.
Bureaucracy.
Yes, well, yeah.
That's fine. Okay, on that, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, we're going to end up going out of order. Mr. Brown has to go
Right,
to a
and
function.
that would be resolution 220108.
That is correct. Accepting the proposals for communication system integrators. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County does hereby approve and accept the co-stars proposals for communication systems integrators LLC, CSI, for the Lackawanna County Prison COVID-19 camera project and video surveillance upgrade. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our IT Director, Mr. Mike Brown.
Mr. Michael.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
So in this proposal is just to go through and get payables done for the service that will be completed by CSI and their new name, Keystone Fire. So this will allow not only secure cameras, remote viewing, and data extraction when necessary for any type of cases that come up with an extended period of time for storage. So we actually have storage within the prison and also in our data center at the LCGC.
Anyone have any questions for Mike? Nope. No? All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay, resolution 220112, it's approving current payables.
Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the following payables. The Lackawanna County's general fund numbers 338070-339-175, inclusive totaling $19,114,342.25. Electric fund transfers, including all payroll accounts, totaling $11,218,162.54. Adopted the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6th, 2022. Mr. Chairman.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 220093.
Entering into an agreement with Reynolds Business Systems. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the agreement with Reynolds Business Systems for the Recorder of Deeds Office for PDF, a permanent storage of county records project to be paid for out of the Recorder of Deeds Record Improvement Fund at a cost of $81,059.88. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Recorder of Deeds, Ms. Evie Rafalco McNulty.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
I think during the work session, I went into detail on what it is, and we have 8 million pages of documents that need to be preserved to meet the Pennsylvania Historical Museum Commission standards. Rather than doing the cumbersome process of creating microfilm, storing it at one of the salt mines in Pittsburgh,
Which was the only way of doing it.
it was the only way to do it, right? And then to do it over again every 10 years, you have to check the film and do it over. So now what's going to happen is they'll store it into a PDF file, and it'll be, of course, if Mike was here, I'm sure, a small server file. One copy will be in the government center, the other one for storage up at the 911, so that there's two side pieces for each one of it. This is also, they'll do it's the 8 million images, and then they'll also, if the software changes, the PDFA software changes to another standards in several years, it always does, they will recreate them so that those images are current and that's meeting the law.
And this is money you have already accumulated.
We collect $5 on every document, that's $3 on every document that's recorded. And in the county, $2 goes to the county improvement fund and $3 stays with us. We have the money, we've been saving the money for this. Yeah, so it's
You've done a
nothing.
great- You've done a great job.
I love it. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions for Ms. McNulty? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second. On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, resolution 220094.
This is certifying the match state funds to the County of Lackawanna Transit System. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby certified that it will provide the County of Lackawanna Transit System local funds in the amount of $878,729 to match state funds provided pursuant to 74 PACS Section 1513 of the fiscal year 2022 through 2023. Further, the Board of Commissioners resolves and certifies that the required amount of local matching funds will be provided no later than the end of the state fiscal year, June 30th, 2023. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners, Lackawanna County, held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, this is our annual match that we give to the Colts. Here to speak upon that or have any comments for him is the Executive Director of Colts, Timothy McGrath, and the CFO of Colts, Mr. Michael Danchuk.
Morning, everybody. Morning. For having us. Thank you for the resolution. Thank you. For the resolution, Mr. Jeffers read so eloquently and expediently. We are here on behalf of the County of Lackawanna Transit System, respectfully requesting matching funds, our annual matching funds, as per is required per Act 89 of the Pennsylvania State Transit Code that will enable us to also obtain our state funding. So with that said, are there any questions for us?
Anyone? Any questions? No. No? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Any question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, resolution 220095.
Establishing the Municipal Electronic Recycling Collection Event Grant Program. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby established the Lackawanna County Municipal Electronic Recycling Collection Event Grant Program to reimburse municipalities within Lackawanna County for holding an electronic recycling collection event for their residents. Adopted a regular meeting, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Environmental Sustainability and Recycling Director, Mr. Cole Shapiro.
Good morning, everybody. So the Lackawanna County Municipal Electronic Recycling Collection Event Grant is created to reimburse the municipalities of Lackawanna County for having a recycling, like electronic recycling collection. Wow, that's a mouthful. So you guys all know there's a huge need for more of these events to be held. And rather than having one large event every year, every other year, it's a lot safer and cost effective for it to be broken up by
It's
municipalities.
easier for the citizens and all.
Yes, everybody could, get a turn. So this grant will reimburse about 60 municipalities up to $1,000 for vendor costs. It is a first come, first served grant, and I will be emailing it to everybody at the same time following this meeting.
Great.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Director Shapiro's idea behind this is to do this continuously every year so that
Right.
all the municipalities get a piece of this at some point.
When they did the first one, it was, the highway was blocked off. It really
I believe it was at the
turned
Viewmont Mall.
Turned into what it was.
A little bit of a problem, yes.
But,
So we're gonna do them on-
Nicole,
Thank you.
and thank you for the great work. Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
The question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. All right, resolution 220096.
Ratifying a parking agreement with Montage. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby ratify the parking license agreement with Montage Mountain Resorts and the Lackawanna County Performing Arts Center Authority for 2,332 passenger vehicle parking spaces located at the Montage Mountain Resort, 1,000 Montage Mountain Road, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Term to commence immediately and expire December 31st, 2022. Adopted at a regular meeting, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our solicitor, Mr. Frank Ruggiero.
Thank you, Chief Jeffers. Good morning, Commissioners. This is, there's actually two resolutions on today. This is the first of two separate parking agreements that we've entered into in conjunction with our contract with Live Nation to ensure appropriate and sufficient parking up on the mountain during the concert season. We're required to provide 6,000 parking spaces. So this agreement, along with the next agreement, collectively, along with our existing lots, satisfy that requirement under the contract. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
No question.
I'm sorry.
It's zero.
Oh, yeah, there is no cost. There is zero cost for us to use these parking spots, along with the additional agreement that I'll talk about as well. So, thank you. Thanks for.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 220097.
Ratifying the parking agreement with Davis 8181 LLC. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby ratify the parking license agreement with Davis 81 LLC. Term to commence immediately and expire on December 31st, 2022. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, once again, Attorney Rosario.
Thank you again, Mr. Jeffers. As indicated, this is the second agreement that'll comprise the total obligation that we have to provide the required spots. This agreement as well is at a zero cost to the county. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, resolution 220098.
Entering into an agreement with professional investigative services. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve and enter into an agreement for professional investigative services with James Solima of JS Investigation and Consultant on behalf of Lackawanna County Prison Board to cost $75 per hour plus mileage. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, once again, here is Attorney Rosario.
Thank you again, Mr. Jeffers. This is an agreement that is born out of the resolution by the Lackawanna County Prison Board. As indicated, it's a professional services agreement. There are no retainers included, and it's going to be billed at the rate of $75 an hour plus mileage. And I believe the mileage cost is that standard 55 cents. If there's any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Anyone have any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 220099.
Amending a professional services contract with Environmental Planning and Design LLC. Be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby amend Resolution 22-0006 adopted January 5th, 2022, awarding the project consultant for recreation needs and parks assessment. And be it resolved that this amendment to the professional services agreement authorizes the Board of Commissioners to enter into additional services for the Stage 2 scope of work related to the McDade Park Improvement Project, which includes but not limited to detailed design, permitting, construction, administrative professional services with Environmental Planning and Design LLC in the amount not to exceed $300,000. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna hereby direct the Director of Planning and Economic Development to sign and authorize all documents related to this agreement, and does hereby authorize and enter into an amended professional services agreement with Environmental Planning and Design LLC, adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Director of Economic Development, Ms. Brenda Sacco.
Good morning, Commissioners and everyone. This resolution states that the county is amending a professional services agreement with Environmental Planning and Design to provide consulting services with regard to Lackawanna County's recreation need and park assessment amenity upgrades. This amendment authorizes additional services for the Stage 2 scope of work related to the McDade Park Improvement Project. The initial agreement was the result of an RFP that was issued in July of 2021. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions for Brenda? No questions. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Brenda. All right, you're going to be here a while, right? Approving resolution 2201100.
Approving the Workforce Development Addendum. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approve the Lackawanna County Workforce Development Board's addendum with Pat Stone Corporation, providing intensive case management, mentoring, career and employment linkages, and supportive services for young adults ages 18 to 24 who are incarcerated or subjected to the juvenile justice system from April 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2022, due to a COVID 3-month grant extension from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, once again, here is Director Sacco.
This resolution states that the county, on behalf of the Workforce Development Board, is amending an agreement with Pat Stone Corporation to provide an additional $30,000 and extend the date of supportive services from April 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2022. The original agreement allows for an amendment of such services.
Anyone have any questions for Brenda? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
The question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution 220101.
Approving a CDBG modification. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of the County of Lackawanna do hereby approve the submission of the modification of the following community development block grant programs to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development. Federal fiscal year 2018. The modification will transfer $40,456 of the housing rehabilitation single unit residential line item to create the public facilities line item for the Scott Township Building ADA restroom reconstruction project. Be it further resolved that the county has complied with the terms of the Pennsylvania Act 179 and has met all citizen participation requirements in connection with the above mentioned revisions. Adopted the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, once again, here is Director Sackett.
This resolution states that the county is submitting a CDBG modification request for full year 18 on behalf of Scott Township to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development. This request will allow for Scott Township Building ADA restroom construction project to be funded and commence. The resolution is a requirement of the CDBG program, which ensures that there is citizen participation in the use of the funds. Any questions?
Do you have any questions for Ms. Sacco? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Other question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Resolution 220102.
Entering into an engagement letter for audit services. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby award and enter into an engagement letter for audit services for the Area Agency on Aging with Barbetti McHale LLC for the year ended December 31st, 2021 for a fee of $16,000. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Director of the Area Agency on Aging, Mr. Jason Kavulich.
Good morning, everyone. We recently posted an RFP for a new provider for our audit. Because we're a recipient of federal funding, we do an audit annually. The only responsible bidder was the firm that we've asked to be approved today.
Anyone have any questions for Jason? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
The question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you. Resolution 220103.
Approving the AAA amendments. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County does hereby approve contract amendments for the Area Agency on Aging with the following: Allied and Home Services, Caregivers America, LLC, Caring Matters Home Care, Comprehensive Client Care Services, Incorporated, Global Empire, GHG Home Care, In-Home Care, In-Personal Care Services, Interim Health Care Services Incorporated, and Valley Home Care. Adopted the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Once again, here is Director Kavulich.
Prior to the pandemic, there was an estimated 35,000 worker shortage in personal care. After the pandemic, it has become exacerbated. And in order for us to remain competitive, we felt it was necessary to raise our rate for personal care providers. The providers that we have before you today have all been vetted through our C-screen process. They meet the minimal threshold, and they will qualify for rate increase. It will keep us more competitive with some of the federally funded programs, the waiver funded programs and other private pay providers in the community.
In reality, they're still basically underpaid also.
They're tremendously underpaid, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions for Jason? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Resolution 220104.
This is approving the AAA amendments with Meals on Wheels. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County does hereby approve contract amendments for the Area Agency on Aging with Meals on Wheels to include meal rate increases as attached. Adopted a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6th, 2022. Once again, here is Director Kavulich.
I think it's no secret that inflation has impacted the food purchasing industry tremendously. Meals on Wheels provides, home delivered meals to our isolated individuals and individuals who can't regularly access food. So it serves an important nutritional need in the community. They have not asked us for this increase. We just feel it's the appropriate and responsible thing to do is to help them and continue to meet the needs of the community.
Under the circumstances, yeah. Good idea. All right, anyone have any questions for Jason?
No.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 220105.
No.
Hold on.
Approving a professional service agreement. Um,
I don't have it.
You don't have it? Okay. Okay.
If you give me a
This
second, I have it.
This agreement
You
is
know
an
what? There's
extension.
probably one in the packet.
Yeah, just
Start. I apologize.
Did you get it?
Yep. Approving the AAA professional services agreement, be it resolved, Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approved the fiscal year 22 to 23 Area Agency on Aging professional services agreement with Lehigh Valley Health Network for COVID-19 homebound vaccinations and the health and wellness senior activities. Adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6th, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here is Mr. Pavolich.
These are two separate providers. There was a lag in Lehigh Valley's contract getting back to us for our homebound vaccination program because they had procured Delta Medics. So this is a carryover from a previous program that we approved. The second piece is two providers for our senior centers activities for Tai Chi and yoga.
And this is all standard operating procedure
Yes.
to continue to vaccinate people and keep them busy. Okay. Anyone have any questions for Jason?
Nope.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you,
Jason.
Thank you.
Okay, resolution 220106.
Approving amended agreement with OYFS. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approving amended agreement with the Office of Youth and Family Services and Northampton County Juvenile Justice Center for the fiscal year 21 through 22 to include specialized treatment program as attached. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our Director of Health and Human Services, Mr. William Browning.
Mr. Brown?
Good morning, Commissioners. This will allow youth that are detained at the Northampton Detention Center to receive forensic evaluations as well as group treatment.
Thank you, sir. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Browning? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
The question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, resolution 220107.
Approving OYFS professional service agreements. Be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby approved professional service agreements for the Office of Youth and Family Services for the fiscal year 21 through 22 with Burke One for data storage and info matrix family service plan, final implementation as attached. Adopted the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Once again, Mr. Chairman, here is Director Browning.
This allows us, we have to store adoption records essentially for life. And the rate of data storage has gone up, but it will only affect us, I think, $2.78 a month for the county.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Brown? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, resolution 220109.
Entering the agreement of sale, be it resolved, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby enter into an agreement of sale with the Pentagon Federal Credit Union as successor by merger with the Valor Federal Credit Union located at 315-331 Franklin Avenue, Scranton. Purchase price is $5 million, subject to terms and conditions of this agreement. Adopted the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman, here to speak upon that is our solicitor, Mr. Frank Rosario.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffers. As indicated, this is a sales agreement entered into between Lackawanna County and PenFed for the purchase of the subject property. The tentative sales amount is $5 million. There's a number of contingencies which are placed within the agreement. There's a 45-day initial contingency, which would allow either a party to the contract to get out of the contract if they desired. There is a 60-day environmental inspection contingency provision as well. whereby if there were any environmental concerns or issues after we did an inspection, we'd have the opportunity to get out of the agreement if we so chose. And then lastly, there is a financing contingency as the funds used to purchase the building are contingent upon our receipt of those from the state. And we have until July 22nd of 2022 in order to obtain those funds or verification of those funds and advise PenFed as well. If we do not receive verification of the funds by that time, we're also able to get out of the contract. And under either of those scenarios, any deposit that the county would place or put down would be fully returned to the county at that time. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those. If not, Mr. Browning, while he's there, can speak to the specifics of the building and the need for the building and the space, and primarily what the space will be used for. Mr. Browning?
Sure. This space, this would actually be one of the more critical steps in establishing a Department of Health. It gives us the space to integrate all of our functions within human services. It also provides clinic space to do initial assessments and screenings, as well as some of the regulatory requirements of the Department of Health. The significance of the screening, being able to have that in an easily located, accessible space with parking, is that will offset some of the burdens of some of our local providers so they can actually provide medical care as opposed to going through the basic screening, blood pressure, all that stuff, and we do direct referrals. We believe it's going to have a huge impact on the community, not just Lackawanna County, but regionally. If we're able to start treating people more routinely, we could keep them out of the emergency rooms. We know from our data that most people in poverty receive a lot of their routine treatment in the emergency room, taking up the beds there for people that may need it, which is why you see people in hallways, et cetera. So we're hoping that with this accessible location, the space that's required, and also the building itself, it's one of the few in the Scranton area that's actually turnkey and provides us with the space that we need. Other buildings that we looked at in the area were about over 100 years old, the one we're at, and require a significant modification and do not have parking and are not as accessible to the people in need.
So this building or this project was kind of initiated, I think, by the governor's office. He's willing to pay for the entire building for us so that we can pursue the Department of Health. And I think, wasn't there only 2 counties in the state that were offered this as well?
Well, there are the other county that actually just went live is Delaware. We are obviously partnering with the governor to secure those funds, and so that's an ongoing discussion with and Brian may have a better handle on that.
We're filing for all the grant money that's available, talking with the governor's office. This sale is contingent on us being able to get that grant.
Right.
Whether it's from the government or from the state or from other sources, it won't be a burden on the county, Lackawanna County taxpayers. This is something that's been ongoing for a couple of years now, actually.
Right.
And Mr. Browning, in order to go from step A to step B to step D, you got to go to C. It's just the process that's involved, and it's state regulated. And it's something that Mr. Browning and his staff have been working on diligently, and we have too. And it's something that hopefully it works out well, and it looks like it's promising, and it is a great building. The parking is, again, compared to where we're at, is really important. The accessibility to the downtown, to all of Lackawanna County, to the hospitals, to everything is just it's a good opportunity. And if we can go forward with it, great. And we're obligated to at least try. And this is probably the 5th step on the process to get to the next one. And that's what we've been doing. Mr. Browning?
No, that's correct. And there are numerous steps involved. We have to be fully functional before we apply for reimbursement from the state. And that means securing all space, all staffing, all supplies, et cetera.
And that's not that does not mean the actual purchase of the building, but that to go forward with the funding to function, to work. That's what we have to be.
I think it's important to note too, that once we get certified, we're up to 80% reimbursed on this.
Yes. Yes. And the community pays much more money as it stands now, sending them to the hospitals. Okay, anyone have any questions? I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Resolution 220110.
Appointment to the Workforce Development Board. Be it resolved, Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County is hereby appoint the following individual to the Workforce Development Board as a representative of higher education with a term to begin May 1st, 2022 and continue through April 30th, 2025. Dr. Kathy Leonard, President and CEO of Johnson College. Adopted at the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County held on April 6, 2022. Mr. Chairman.
Anyone have any questions? I entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opportunity for public to address the board. No one is here. Commissioners, other business.
Just thanks to Covington Township for providing our space today.
Yeah.
This is just an awesome building. And just a reminder too, since the newspaper's here, you know, we are still looking for an HR director. We're still looking for a CFO. So if these are highly qualified positions, so anybody out there, we appreciate their resumes. And 911, we need dispatchers. It's a great career. It's an important career. And we have good benefits with the county, and it's a great place to work. So if there's anybody out there looking for a career in 911, we'd love to talk to you.
Did we fill the positions in the assessor's office? Are any open there?
Not off the top of my head.
Not really right now.
I think we
So
filled,
right now,
I think we filled all three positions. I think there are people who are going to be moving into the other positions, the director and the chief assessor. I think those positions are coming available. Or may have already became available. I'm not really sure.
The HR position is, the application process is going to close on Friday, April 22nd. I wanted to put another round of advertising in the Lackawanna County Juris because it's a job. We're encouraging both lawyers and non-lawyers to apply. And the reason being as to why I wanted to give people some more time, especially because the holidays are coming up. And I know people, take some time off and stuff like that. But also, I don't think lawyers realize that, as part of the HR, you do a lot of, lawyers tend to lose their identity if they don't work as a lawyer. So there is very much a legal aspect to the HR position, which is due process hearings, ADA hearings. I'm missing one, due process, ADA. What else? There's FMLA, but the point being is that, you have until April 22nd. After that, we're going to go through the resumes and start interviewing. But please, if you're a lawyer or a non-lawyer and you're interested, it's an important position. And what was the other one that we're looking? Oh, CFO. I mean, I don't know when the closing date is on that. Do we have one?
Around the same time.
Around the same time. Yeah, we have received some good applications, so the closing date's around that too. We just have to get these positions filled, so we really can't, keep them lingering.
Thank you, and thank Covington Township, and thank everyone for coming today, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Did you opportunity to address the board?
I did,
I missed that.
You missed that.
I make a
Also,
motion.
wait, but before you do that, I also want to say, Mary Garm didn't talk about it, but with regard to the library, we are in the process of, I think, Brenda, you know everything involving money. They're waiting for a response on the grants, right, to get a new bookmobile up and running.
So we hired the consultant to determine the choices within.
It might not be an actual bus. It might be like
So
some
went
form of
out
that.
and looked at other counties that had bookmobiles or other municipalities that have bookmobiles and determined what might be a good fit for us. That was the consultant. So now we have kind of specs and costs. So then we just have to look for some funding to be able to do that if the commissioners choose to move forward.
And our bookmobile is over 20 years old.
Yes.
I didn't know we had a bookmobile until I went to an event. I didn't, I'm not gonna lie. I don't lie. So, but my son and I went during the year that I ran to a thing at NAOG, and I was like, I saw it and I was like, oh my God, like my son was like really into it, but it is like decrepit and old and it needs, upkeep, and we're gonna address sensory needs of children. And I don't know, it's gonna be really, really cool. It's like one of those things that you're happy to get involved with as a commissioner, like one of the fun things. So, all right, that's all I have. Motion, I'll make a motion for adjournment.
Second question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Yeah, you too.
All this luggage here yours?